Good morning, thriving warriors. Today is Saturday, April 22nd, 2023. It is what? 6:03 in the morning. Temperature is currently 59 degrees. The low of the day, well, don't know what it was before, but the low of the day is going to be in the, let's say 50, and the high is 84. 50 to 84. All righty then. So here we are at Department of Career Services, where our goal is simple: to help you get from point A to point B on your journey. And it is a journey. It's not a sprint, not a marathon. It is a journey. And like all journeys, there's highs, there's lows, there's boredom, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, ennui, excitement, exhilaration, long suffering, etc. So we're here to help you on your journey. Good morning, Charlene. Good morning, Jeff. And how do we do that? Well, through this little podcast, number one, but I'm calling it a flawed cast, FLAWE, a flawed cast, because it's not that good. And but mainly down below where I put the actual work in, the description down below has a whole bunch of links to a lot of things. Our online course, a neuroscience-oriented approach to success, which Jeff, thank you, Jeff, pointed out to me today that it is full. No new people can get in. That's how it looks to me, Jeff. I got a notice from Teachable that there are limitations on the number of people who can be enrolled. So I'll have to go back through that, see who's enrolled but not participating, and drop those people so that other people can get in. Let's see, what else? So we have a link to the video I watched, which today again was very good. Jordan Peterson video, Daily Stoic video, Inc. Magazine story, Baraka Church, Jack Rowland, David Goggins, TED Talk. Once again, today is, I think it's today is Kingdom of Heaven. This is about the categorical imperative, Immanuel Kant's formulation. Let's see, we have the services we provide: housing, clothing, food, hygiene, transportation, etc., career training, foundational job, and career training for people. All of these things for those people who want it. And good morning, Diana. Good to see you there. Let's see. So those are the things that we do to help people move forward in their life. Let's get ready to get started. Cup of coffee. I'm using the French press. Coffee. Good cracker. Coffee, pen, paper, because we need to write this stuff down. Doesn't work if you are passively engaged, half listening, 75% listening, even 100% listening, because our brains are not designed to record things, remember things like they're being recorded. We know how we felt, but you want to know your mathematical tables. You can't just know how you feel when you learn them. You have to actually know them. Same thing here, same thing in life. All right, so our simple theme of today, so not theme of today, but on our journey in our boat, our sailboat with a rudder, below deck, and strong hull. Some morsels to grab out of the ocean, scoop out with a net. The first one is from the advice from an 80-year-old. Number 22, be a good loser. Be a good loser. Don't be a bad sport. And the people won't want to play with you if you're a bad loser. And you can't really do well in the game if you don't get to play. And that doesn't mean enjoy losing. It just means be a good loser. Okay, next, attitude of gratitude. Right, I am so happy and grateful now that blank. And then ask yourself the question, what am I so happy and grateful for? Well, of course, to be alive, etc. Happy and grateful for that. I am happy and grateful for the time Randy spent out here for the week. He left yesterday. Happy and grateful for all of the people we met with that helped. And today's Saturday. I get to go to Tonopah. Happy and grateful for that. Happy and grateful that Judge Scotty is going to consider representing one of the people in Bible study. So I have a lot to be happy and grateful for. And I know that there are several billion people, or several Brazilian people, who would like to trade places with me right now. Okay, let's see. We're going through that. Gratitude, TED Talk. No, not going to do Seth Godin. We're going to skip some things because I'm going to have a message at the end, kind of just a chat about something that's very important. Let us look at the fable. Oops. Let us look at the fable. The fighting bulls and the frog. Two bulls were fighting furiously in a field, at one side of which was a marsh. An old frog living in the marsh trembled as he watched the fierce battle. "What are you afraid of?" asked the young frog. "Do you not see," replied the old frog, "that the bull who is beaten will be driven away from the good forage up there to the reeds of the marsh, and we shall all be trampled into the mud?" It turned out as the frog had said. The beaten bull was driven to the marsh, where his great hoofs crushed the frogs to death. Moral of the story: when the great fall out, the weak must suffer for it. Okay, so that's kind of a part of the fourth law of power, back to the Athenians. Fourth law of power, this is the second part. The strong do what they can, the weak suffer what they must. And so the old frog was pointing out that because of the actions of the strong, the weak were going to suffer. Okay. Different time, different place. So I say to you, again, fourth law of power. However, knowing that it is the case, it would have been better for the frogs to find somewhere else to live. The beaten bull likely had no idea or care about the frogs. Okay, so the frogs could have moved. Would it have been easy? No, probably not. Would it have been fun? Probably not, but who knows? Got to take responsibility and take action control of your life. Otherwise, you have to suffer the consequences thereof. All right, so that is fable. Let's go to the prayer, then we'll move on to something different today. All right, prayer for discernment. Pedro Arrupe SJ. Grant me, O Lord, to see everything now with new eyes, to discern and test the spirits that help me read the signs of the times, to relish the things that are yours and communicate them to others. Give me the clarity of understanding that you gave Ignatius. Amen. All right, let's do that one more time. Grant me, O Lord, to see everything now with new eyes, to discern and test the spirits that help me read the signs of the times, to relish the things that are yours and communicate them to others. Give me the clarity of understanding that you gave Ignatius. Amen. All right. So where are we in this thing? We are at 9:45. Okay. Special section, talk trust. The importance of trust. Trust is everything, people. Trust is everything. For venture capitalists, they're betting on the founder, not the idea. They're betting on the people, and that's the founder, the creator, the idea guy. When you get hired, it's about trust. Jeff just got a promotion yesterday. Why? Because they trusted him. They trusted he would do the job. Charlene, everyone who's doing well, it's about trust. So we had a breach of trust here yesterday. Doesn't really matter what. Breach of trust. Someone's going to be in the penalty box. We had a breach of trust, not because of the action. It was because of the people knowing and, first of all, hiding it, and then the stories afterwards. Oh, I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, I actually wasn't doing what it looked like I was doing. I was doing something else, not taking responsibility. The deceit and half-truths are the problem. You have to, if you want to put the past behind, you have to become someone who is trusted. And trust is not relative. Trust is absolute. You have to be trusted. So what's worse? A half-truth or a lie? I would say a half-truth. Diana, what would you say? What's worse, a half-truth or a lie? Charlene, Jeff, somebody, what's worse, half-truth or lie? Well, yes, they're both bad. What's worse? We're saying what is the greater evil? Okay, half-truth. Charlene says half-truth. Why? Why is a half-truth worse? Well, because it contains two things. One, it contains a lie, but it also contains deceit. The attempt to hide the truth or mislead someone from the truth. So here we had bad behavior. Somebody initially helped the bad behavior. Then when the bad behavior was going to be repeated, the person who helped first said, well, I'm not going to help. Count me out. But then went to the next level of, well, you're a big boy. It's your responsibility. I'm stepping out of this, so I take no responsibility, even though I know what's going on. I'm just not going to do anything about it. That's on you. Okay. Other people are like, oh, golly gee, I didn't know that. Well, why were you hiding it? Why didn't somebody say something? Why was it done in secret if you didn't know? I thought, so that leads to compromise. So it puts me in a bad situation on several ways. One is if I say, okay, well, don't do it again. Now everybody else gets to do the same thing, right? Or they get to do something else because she did that. So I can do this. This isn't as bad as that. Breach of trust. Once people don't trust you, they don't trust you. This is not like in prison where you have you can file a grievance, you can file an appeal. The burden of proof is on the other side. People don't have to prove you're not trustworthy. They just have to feel it. You are not going to make it if the people who are trying to help you cannot trust you. And people who are not trying to help you don't play the same game, don't associate with them. If you do have to associate with them, if you're forced to associate with them, you have to act with integrity and character, because at the end of the day, that's what you have, your reputation, which is based upon your integrity and your character. Our people especially are expected to have low character and integrity. Why live down to everybody's expectations? Why live down to their expectations? Why not live up, or why not exceed people's expectations? Why not surprise people? Okay, so the person is in the penalty box. The penalty box is 1 week, no support, no housing, no clothing, no food, no association with the program. 1 week, you got to figure it out. So it's sort of like sanctuary, but different. So anyway, sad day. It's not great to come home Friday night, think the week is over, finished, only to discover everybody but one person was involved in something which they all knew was bad. And if I knew, okay, in law school, question, when do you have to disclose something? Well, you ask yourself the question, if I disclose it and it's not important, does it matter? No. Okay, well then disclose it. If I don't disclose it, would it, and it came up, would it matter? Yes. Okay, well you have to disclose it then. If it would matter, you have to disclose it. If the other person would react based upon the disclosure, then you have a duty to disclose it to the people that you are indebted or encumbered or committed, or that you have who are depending upon your level of trust. Okay, so we are at 16, 17 minutes. Diana, how about doing your thing? How about doing your thing? Jeff, maybe we can have a call just so I can fill you in on the details. I'm going to be leaving here at 7 for Pahrump, and then off with the chaplain to Tonopah. Okay, there we go, Diana. Yes, next morsel, scoop it out of the ocean, use the net, pull it out, chomp down on it, get some nourishment. That is Navy SEAL Maxim. Yesterday, actually yesterday was the only easy day. Embrace the suck, get comfortable being uncomfortable, et cetera, et cetera. And Charlene says, in answer to the question, the last morsel out of the water, morsel out of the water. When is the journey over? The journey is over when your heart stops beating. That's when the journey is over. If you're still here, that means God isn't through with you yet. And Charlene is saying shalom and cut. She forgot the Shivas part. And Diana and cut. Thank you all for being there. Boom. Click. Click again.